From New York to London, from Yunnan province to the Middle East, not to mention Africa, the fight against Islamic terrorists has been a military one. But is it time to turn the page to a softer approach? CCTV's Nathan King has insight into an approach called anti-radicalization.
Turkish security forces have stepped up border patrols to stem the flow of foreign jihadists flooding into Syria. Mosques in London and France are opening their doors to inform the public about the peaceful nature of Islam. But can the radicalization of Muslim youths, which led to last month's deadly attacks in France, be prevented? From Paris to Kunming, China to Peshawar, there is a renewed emphasis on trying to reach out to Muslim youth before they make the fateful decision to carry out acts of terror. Mubin Sheikh was born and raised in Canada. During his teenage years, in an attempt to straighten out his life, he focused on becoming a better Muslim.
So at the age of 19, I went away to India and Pakistan. I became radicalized after I met the Taliban in Pakistan. And when I came back in 1995, I became a supporter of the jihadi culture.
Ignoring the temptation, Sheikh ended up training as a counter-terrorism operative in Canada. In 2006, he actually infiltrated and foiled an al-Qaeda-inspired cell plotting to attack the Canadian Parliament and take hostages. This is video of the training camp. Sheikh maintains de-radicalization is possible.
De-radicalization is a full cognitive shift. A person no longer believes something. So in terms of what works, it's a mix of ideology, it's a mix of peer groups and support by parents and friends, and really putting these young people, giving them a chance to contribute.
Teams from countries like France and the US are working to intervene before someone commits an act of terrorism. For example, they monitor jihadi websites and radical sermons, such as those of Anwar al-Awlaki, to determine involvement by extremists. Instead of charging jihadists with terrorism, officials believe in rehabilitation. Critics of these disengagement programs say they treat the symptoms rather than the disease, and that radical preaching in mosques across the world needs to be tackled first. Many Muslim countries are redoubling efforts to try and reach out to its young people too, knowing when it comes to combating radicalization, they perhaps have the most at stake.
With no doubt that what happened in Paris has shaken the Muslim community in the US and around the world. In a way it's good, in a way it's bad. It's good because it's telling us Muslims that we still have bad people who act in the name of Islam violently. In a way, it's waking us up to say wrong is wrong, right is right. We need to take a stand against violence. We need to take a united stand against violence.
Whether de-radicalization programs can work is an especially important point now as the United States continues to release prisoners from Guantanamo Bay. Several of these former prisoners have since rejoined militant life, plotting attacks. Nathan King, CCTV, Washington.